I attended a speech on August 8th, 2019, given by Claire Huang, an expert in marketing and brand management, and also who is on the board of the Bush School of Business at Catholic. She lectured on the question, is there profit in selflessness? The purpose of this lecture was to talk to current CUA business students about how there's actually profit in selflessness. She organized her speech by using a PowerPoint presentation, and she used a timeline and story format. So she started off her speech with a quote from Abraham Lincoln that read, "I could not let the whole political resolve go to ruin on a point merely personal." She then started to talk about how selflessness is a strength, not a weakness, and that kindness and selflessness is contagious. She mentioned a statistic that if you do something nice for someone else, they will do something nice for four other people, and so on. She then moved on to the body of her speech, which talked about three selfless intentions in business. So the first intention was be purpose-driven. She said that people who live to seek meaning from a source other than outside of themselves are better equipped to overcome bad experiences. She said that brands that have a higher goal have higher profits. She actually used some audience participation to keep everyone engaged, and some of the sources that she used were from the Business Roundtable, and she also mentioned Southwest Airlines, as well as a book from Viktor Frankl. The main takeaway from this part of the speech was that companies that have a purpose that prioritize the person rather than profit end up having the most profit. The next selfless intention was being customer obsessed. So she said that businesses need to put all of their weight behind customer obsession, and that they need to be obsessed with what they think, do, buy, and want. She played a video of a speech given by Steve Jobs, and she again used audience participation by asking a question. The main takeaway from this portion of the speech was that it's not just you shouldn't just ask what the customer wants. You need to look at the data and figure out what they want, as well as you need to be focused on the need instead of pushing the product. The last selfless intention was to make ethical choices. She talked about how her father is the most ethical person that she knows, and she mentioned that marketers can get a bad rep for being unethical at times. She again used audience participation by taking a poll. And then the major takeaway from this portion was that sometimes what seems to be best for business isn't actually ethical, and that we need to think about those choices. She concluded her speech by saying that everyone should have a goal bigger than themselves and bigger than money, and we should be obsessed with our customers and be ethical always. We should put people before profit, and then profit will follow. And we should be confident in who we are. And successful companies know that continual taking won't get them very far, but giving will. She ended with a quote that said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." So the only things that I think Claire could have improved on was maybe making better eye contact with the audience. She was heavily dependent on her notes for the slides, so it was hard for her to make eye contact with the audience always. I think she also could have used more hand gestures, but she was behind a podium, so I think this kind of limited her ability to make hand gestures. But I think if maybe she walked around, because she did have ample room to walk around, I think maybe she would have been able to open up a little bit more.